Whenever you are going to speak to an expert, you must ensure that you contact the right expert, tell your needs, spell out your goals, smart goals, so that they can give you the best combination which will suit you. Today's young generation who are more tech savvy, they think that I don't need to see the Bitcoin. I don't need to feel the Bitcoin. I don't have to touch the Bitcoin. Let it everything happen on the cloud. Now here let me tell every viewer that there is a big caution I'm going to tell you to exercise. All cryptocurrencies are seeing a very volatile market.
Namaskar viewers and welcome back to a new episode of Personal Finances. So far, we have looked at two episodes. In the first episode, we have looked at the basic understanding of financing. In the second episode, we have focused on the insurance aspect. Now, in the third episode, we are going to deep dive into the investment tools. And we have got our own expert, Mr. Pramod Deshmukh, with us to talk us through. Hello, sir, and welcome to this final episode.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you very much.
So, sir, can you explain to our viewers what are different kind of market-related investments which are available for an individual?
Okay. Now, after having seen that we have created the emergency fund, then we have had the insurances in place so that we are secured. Then we talk about our investments. And as I said in the earlier episode, investment is always connected with the word return on investment. In market, there are many instruments available with different degrees of risk and returns. And as I said in the earlier part, risk and return, they tend to travel together. So if you're ready to take higher risk, you may get a higher return. However, people who have a low risk appetite, they will always prefer to have low returns because no matter what, they don't want to take the risk. Now we'll talk about the shining India, the growing India. And shining and growing India is offering not only to Indians, but to the world over an opportunity to really grow. With GDP going every year, year on year for the last 5 years with 7 and 8%, and it is poised to continue that, we all have a great opportunity to benefit from the market related instruments. Mutual funds, as I said, are offering the widest basket to cater to different age groups, different risk appetite, different needs, and different kind of people profile, wherein the basket is open for everyone to really make money. One word of caution again, you please do complete all the securities in place before we start looking at investments, because mutual fund investments are always subject to market risks. And although they say in a caution that read everything, it's not possible for any common man to read. Even if he tries to read, he will not understand. So let's be very clear. As I said in the second episode, please always seek expert advice. Now, there are various types of mutual funds available. There is a debt fund, there is an arbitrage fund, there is a liquid fund, there is a small cap fund, medium cap fund, infrastructure fund, large cap fund. Now, all this have different degrees of returns, different risks associated with that. And so whenever you are going to speak to an expert, you must ensure that you contact the right expert, tell your needs, spell out your goals, smart goals, so that they can give you the best combination which will suit you. Please do not go by hearsay. And the worst thing to do is, my friend is doing it, my brother is doing it, my in-laws are doing it, and so I will also do it. No, everyone's needs are different, everyone's risk appetite is different. It really pays to have the customized solution from an expert.
Very rightly pointed out, sir. In fact, when I started my journey in terms of investment, I was also getting carried away by what my friends are doing. And the lucrative part in this whole story was if they are earning on that, I might earn on that. But the catch was they would have started it early. So the rates at which they would have got something is not existing anymore. So when I'm investing at my own risk. So typically when somebody starts investing, stock market comes into the market in the mind of the individual, that what is this stock market. So can you just help our viewers to understand what is
Yes.
this stock market, and also help us understand when to enter the stock market and when to exit the stock market?
Now the question, what stocks and what share market offers? Now let's be very, very clear the difference between mutual fund and stocks. In mutual fund, you are investing in a mutual fund, which is a basket of different companies chosen by the mutual fund manager, who is supposed to be an expert. 24/7, his study on those companies is going on. He takes on the investor behalf a lot of decisions wherein he will exit, he will enter, and all those things. But when it comes to stocks, we always have to purchase specific stocks. In stocks, you have to purchase stocks based on whatever recommendation you get from the stockbroker. Warren Buffett, the most reputed investor in the world, he says that when the whole market is panicking, I buy. Whereas when the whole market is buying, I will start exiting. He is a smart investor. More than 60, 65 years he has been in the market, and he knows how to encash the market. Let me be very clear. He is 24/7 for 50 years involved in analysis of all this. As a result, he can take those smart decisions. We can't. As I said, we are in our domains, careers, family issues. We are so much bogged down. And so it will be difficult for us to do that. And what happens in majority of the cases is people start buying when the market is climbing up. People start selling when the market is going down. While buying, they buy higher. While selling, they sell lower. And the whole entire transaction is a loss for them. And some people then decide that forever they will never get into the stock market. Let's understand, you can never wait for the market to go down. That same way, you can never predict when the market is going to rise. Be with the flow. One small tip I can definitely give, like you invest in mutual fund, today you can also have a systematic investment in shares also. You contact a very big reputed broker, he will give you a systematic investment plan even for investing in shares. But then please go in for large cap sale, Nifty 50, Nifty 100. That should be a safer bet. But again, I am not an expert on shares and advising on shares. I'm only saying, please look at that kind of an approach when it comes to investing in stocks.
Now, stock market, when we look at sometimes in newspapers, and stocks goes down, then a lot of panic is there. So what kind of sentiment, because sometimes I feel that stock market is all about sentiments. So what are your views on that, and what kind of word of caution should be there with all the individuals who are interested or already involved with the stock market?
Okay. I will take stock market and mutual funds together because they are both market dependent products.
That's it.
If you take the history since our Sensex was 100, a lot of ups and downs have happened. The crash of 2008-9 happened. COVID happened. And Sensex has been volatile a lot of times. But 100 has become 82,000. The message is very clear. If you are going to be a long-term player, don't worry about that. If you are a day player, the story is different. And again, I'm not an expert on that. But if you are an investor, then please stay. You decide the goal, you decide the tenure, you stay there for that much time. Don't keep on seeing every hour what has happened to my stock. That is the worst thing to do. And again, that is not going to give the peace of mind for which you actually invested in the first place. So don't monitor it every day. 5 years, then don't look at it 5 years. Market has always proven that 15 years, 20 years, it's always going to give you very good returns. Stay with different sectors. Don't put all the eggs in one basket. That is a very famous investment rule. So diversify different industries. Take different industries and take the large cap companies. I'm not going to take the names of any companies here, but then there are companies who are always constantly doing well. Do that. Don't go by what market is going to publish. Don't watch the news and then suddenly take an impulsive decision. Where the psychology of money, there is a very good, great book. I would recommend people who are serious on investments should read this book to understand how is the psychology of money and how do we handle our psychology of money.
I think you're talking about the book, The Psychology of Money,
Yes,
the
yes,
particular
yes,
book.
yes.
So, my dear viewers, as our expert has been advising, I also recommend you to go through this book, invest your time on reading through the book, and understand the tips and tricks mentioned in the book. It is going to help you a lot. So, this brings me to the next part of the question, and we are still continuing with the stock market and mutual funds, where I think many of the people who want to have quick money, they would think that this is very easy. So, sir, what are your views? Is stock market really a place for quick money, or we have to be investing for a longer duration for peace of mind?
The law of nature is nothing is instant. So if we are the part of nature. So a little philosophically, I will say that we should always go by nature. If I sow the seed yesterday night, I don't get the crop today morning. Patience is a very important point. In the first episode, I was talking about discipline, discipline, discipline. The other side of the coin is patience. Patience is very, very important when we are talking about trying to reap the benefits of market linked products. And it is in this psychology of thinking that patience plays a very important role. And that's where, again, Warren Buffett says, don't panic, stay calm. And if you really have that risk appetite when the market is falling, have guts to go and buy. That is the only way to make money. But I will not say and recommend, dear viewers, that you can make money in short term.
Okay.
You might be lucky. Let me take another example because it's my own example. Cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, that was the question I was trying to get
Yes,
into the
yes, yes.
cryptocurrency parts. Yeah.
Because today's young generation who are more tech savvy, they think that I don't need to see the Bitcoin. I don't need to feel the Bitcoin. I don't have to touch the Bitcoin. Let everything happen on the cloud. Now here, let me tell every viewer that there is a big caution I'm going to tell you to exercise. All cryptocurrencies are seeing a very volatile market because many governments of various countries are still not giving a full acceptance. As a result, it's going to have a very volatile journey for even few years ahead. I will share my own experience. About 5 years back, one person came and he said, why don't you buy a Bitcoin? I said, nothing doing. I'm not going to go there. And he asked a very smart question, which I'm going to ask the viewers also a little later. But he asked me a question, how much money can you afford to lose? I said, 50,000. And then he said, why don't you buy one Bitcoin? And that time, viewers, Bitcoin was at 42,000 rupees. I took it and I forgot. And one fine day, he just called me and he said, why don't you see what is the rate of Bitcoin? And so I just opened one app which he sent, and it was 12,50,000. Within 5 years, my 42,000 had become 12,50,000. Let me tell you very honestly, I do not have that kind of a risk appetite. And so I encashed everything. I paid income tax of 3,40,000 on that gain. My chartered accountant was saying, what is this income? I said, you decide what is to be categorized. It was categorized as speculative income. But let me tell you, after that, I have not touched a single cryptocurrency. So whenever you want to make a fast buck and you are lucky, you can make it, but then you should know where the line is to be drawn and where you must stop. Very important.
Rightly. So the individual must have that understanding of when to enter and when to exit, and when not to get into that zone ki we should make more money and more money and more money kind of
He
situation.
should not get carried away.
Carried away.
He should not get carried away. That's very important.
So, sir, in terms of investment and in terms of markets, the economies of the country, how they affect the overall market situations, and if the economy is doing well, what kind of approach should be there with the people, and if the economy is not doing well, what should be the approach in the market?
Okay. Uh, as I said, India is shining, so there is no worry for the 5-10 years ahead. But it's not only Indian economy that affects our share market. Now the US elections are going on, and anything happening in US is also going to affect our economy. Federal rates cut, which was long-awaited move by the federal government, they did it, and our market immediately bounced by 2,000 points. Today, the global economy is not insulated. So Indian economy is not going to stay insulated from the rest of the world. War between Russia and Ukraine happens, it's going to affect. Any global event which has an impact is going to affect our economy. But let's not get too much again bogged with all those details. Stay put, stay long term. India's economy is going to be good, and so let us also ensure that that economy is going to be good. Let us encash on that. But always remember, it is not at the cost of the securities which you have already done. Don't touch them. It's always from your surplus that you are trying to invest in market.
So, if I'm understanding you correctly, sir, as you have already talked about in the previous episodes, that your need wants are done, where insurance is taken care of, where your all uh, set parameters are done, then only you look in the investment front, and then you take your appetite
Advantage
of
of the
risk,
growing market.
yeah, your own appetite of risk, and then you start working on those elements.
Absolutely.
Sir, can you just talk something about lifestyle and lifestyle investment kind of things, because this is a term which I recently come across, and just wanted to have this conversation with you to understand those things. What is this lifestyle
Okay.
investments?
There are two things which we'll see: what is lifestyle and what is lifestyle investment. Now, lifestyle is today's buzzword. Lifestyle in clothes, lifestyle in vehicles, lifestyle in house, investing huge in big house, penthouse, having interiors done by the best of the interior decorators. So lifestyle is become a very, very important thing. And this is where I would like the viewers to exercise a little caution. Ask yourself, is it a need or a want? Do you really have the surplus to take care of all the needs, and then you are addressing the lifestyle requirements, or you're compromising on your basic things? Please do not compromise on the basic things, otherwise going ahead you will be in deep trouble. Let me quote again Warren Buffett at this stage. Even after so many years and being a multi-billionaire, he still lives in the 2 BHK flat. He still drives his own car, and he drives it himself. He doesn't keep a driver. Now, if Warren Buffett doesn't want to go for lifestyle show off, why are we trying to really do that? Point number one. Now, the other word is lifestyle investment. Now, lifestyle investment is people who want to buy something to make an impact and have their signature of a lifestyle follower. Buying vintage cars, buying the first model, being the first one in the city to buy that car or that gadget or something is lifestyle. We all know iPhone comes every year with a new model, and there are people waiting in queue and willing to pay the premium, although after 6 months it's going to be available at 30% less price. Now, this is lifestyle statement. And for lifestyle statement, viewers, if you are going to compromise so much of your money, ask yourself, is it worth it? You might put on a Insta and people will give you a lot of likes. Is your money so cheap that a few hundreds of likes and you are happy with that kind of thing? Or can that money be put to some proper use? At this point of time, when I'm saying proper use, I would also like to say we also owe something called a responsibility towards society. Let me touch upon this aspect also. Corporates are talking about corporate social responsibility. Why individuals shouldn't talk about their responsibility? Instead of splurging the money on lifestyle statements, can we give some part of that fund as donation to the real needy and the people who need it? They will write a lot of statements about you rather than you writing a statement with a gazette which you are the first one to buy in the city. So that's my take on the lifestyle statements.
Rightly put, sir. And this also gives a deep thought to the individuals whether lifestyle investments are worth doing, or you can opt for some other options which are available to you. Sir, I have a very personal question. In terms of real estate and real estate investments, whether it is an investment in the plots, it is investment in, as you are talking about, no, first house, second house kind of
Yes.
thing. So when we are planning to do it, what should be the kind of steps we should follow? Because I know these are bigger investments to be done, or so how to go about these kind of things.
Yeah. Investments or real estate investments have three avenues. One is a plot, other is a residential investment, a residential property, and commercial property. Now, all three have different classes, they have different risk, they have different returns. Now, when we talk about plots, a big caution. All the real estate developers have a big team of legal advisors who take care of some litigation. Are we in that position to handle that kind of a litigation by going in for a plot and we do not know whether the Satbara is right or not? Today, a lot of fraud is happening on that Satbara front. So I will definitely say a big red flag when we talk about investment in plot. Be sure it is legally correct. Seek legal advice again here, expert legal advice to verify whether the documents are correct. We have stories wherein the same Satbara is being sold to different people and people are taken for a ride. Coming to residential property. Now, residential property, second house would be an investment provided you have the down payment to make. Buying on loan, the second house is going to make you squeeze your goals for the future. Many times we have seen that people expect a rent of 30,000 and they get a rent of 12,000 and 13,000 and the entire mathematics goes down. Agreed, a real estate is getting built. But are you going to starve and sacrifice your present for the future so much? That's a thought which something has to be thought of. When we come to commercial property really gives good returns, but then the choice of the location, the infrastructure around that, and whether that is really going to take off. I know of a couple of my clients who invested and it's a dead investment because that locality did not develop the way they wanted. And so one has to be very careful. One very important point about a flat or a commercial property is, like you can partly liquidate the mutual funds and shares or even FDs for that matter. Real estate, you cannot say that I will just sell the bedroom.
Yeah.
So you are stuck with a very, very big thing. Real estate investment, please go very cautiously. And again, don't go by the big ads, don't go by the brand ambassadors. Think wisely and take a decision.
Pramod sir, one of the things which I have found nowadays, that people go for a lot of international vacations. So how one should plan about these kind of international vacations, and these are becoming a style statement, and people are putting so much things on Instagram, it is putting pressure on me as well as my family as well. So what is your guidance and suggestion on that?
Very nice question here. After COVID, the tourism industry has suddenly taken a big boom. And so they are actually covering up their losses of 2 years because everyone is in the mood of going abroad. I have two thoughts here. A lot of places we have not seen in India, and India is such a beautiful country. But again, as I said, crowd mentality and the social media pressure is making people now enticed towards exotic vacations. Now, exotic vacations or vacations abroad is a very, very good lifestyle objective. Definitely, it's a good objective, provided it's not coming in the way of your basic objectives, which you have already addressed. Now you got a good raise, good increment, and then there is a extra surplus, and then you decide that for your milestone marriage, maybe the silver anniversary or maybe the 20th birthday or whatever it is, those kind of milestones you can always celebrate at a very nice place. Again, goal, amount, vehicle. The approach should always be that way. Fix the goal, fix the duration, fix the amount, and then choose the vehicle which will take you there. And as I'm again and again talking about experts, see, as you rightly asked me, for a very normal cold fever, we don't go to an expert. But when there is a serious brain problem or a heart problem, we go to the experts. Unfortunately, our society has not realized that personal finance is as super specialty subject as cardiology or neurology. And so any Tom, Dick, Harry comes and gives an advice, and they say that if he can give the advice, I can do it myself. So my caution is going to be absolutely seek expert advice. Vacation abroad is a objective which you must try and work it out in your personal finances.
Rightly said, sir. And I think I'm going to follow personally this point very well, that we have to plan for it. Then only it is going to help us. Dear viewers, if you have been here with us and liking this video show so far, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and it is going to help them a lot. And now we are moving to the very last and very important questions. Sir, my question to you is that what are the top 3 advices you would like to give to people once they are entering into the market of investments?
Okay. First, very important point, ensure that your securities are in place. Ensure that your children education, children wedding, marriage, and your own retirement is absolutely secured. Once you have done that, then you peep into the market related products. In market dependent products, always stay patient, have a long term perspective. Don't panic with volatile market, which is going to be happening once in a while. Seek expert guidance and stay invested for long enough to fulfill your objective. Once you fulfill your objective, then there is no reason for anyone to complain. So for market dependent product, please seek expert advice. Do it only after all the securities are over. Don't go with the crowd. Seek expert advice.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Deshmukh sir. It has been a pleasant conversation with you.
Thank
I have
you.
personally learnt a lot, and I hope my viewers would have also enriched their learnings with these episodes. I request all of you to go through all the 3 episodes we have discussed here, and it is going to be a wealth which you will cherish forever. Thank you for joining in, and stay tuned for more episodes to follow. Thank you once again, and thank you, Deshmukh sir.
Thank you.